We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire.
After news broke that Durk's trial had been pushed back to May 4th, his legal team immediately filed paperwork requesting his release from jail. In the filing, Durk's lawyers highlighted what they describe as unfair and excessive treatment, stating that the Chicago rapper has been held in a special housing unit without due process since August 29, 2025. According to the documents, Durk is confined to a small cell barely large enough for a single bed, a toilet, and a sink, where he spends 23 hours a day locked in isolation. The filing further states that he has no access to commissary, is allowed only one phone call per month, and is prohibited from receiving any in-person visits. Durk was originally placed in the special housing unit as punishment for allegedly possessing an Apple Watch. However, his attorneys argue that this alleged violation was never reviewed by the unit's discipline committee, a process that normally takes place within 5 working days to determine appropriate disciplinary action. Adding to the concern, inmates housed in Durk's cell block have also spoken out, confirming that he has effectively been placed in solitary confinement, raising serious questions about whether his rights are being violated while he awaits trial.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of.
Durk's team also shared a message in support of him on his story, posting, "Crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who really with you." The post made it clear that Durk is starting to realize not everyone is standing by him the way they once did. Even academics weighed in on the situation, pointing out how several rappers appear to be switching sides as the case unfolds.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, the songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to f India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what I think Durk right now is thinking, that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free not smart. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the. I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked.
Academics went on to say that if Durk ever does make it out, he likely won't be the same person he was before getting locked up. He explained that Durk built his whole image around loyalty and taking care of the people around him. But now, with so many of those same people nowhere to be found, that mindset is bound to change.
Tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm gonna tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming. Nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others. Y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, your Gunna's a snitch. I can't Gunna. Man, f that. I don't care. I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but...
As the story went viral, prosecutors quickly caught on to what Durk's legal team was trying to do. To counter any public sympathy, they introduced new evidence in court, including a 2022 selfie of Durk posing with $1 million in cash. While it may look like simple flexing at first glance, prosecutors claim there's a deeper meaning behind it. According to them, Durk allegedly put a $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo in 2022. Court documents state that the defendant, Banks, used trusted associates, defendant Wilson and another co-conspirator, to recruit hitmen and fly them to Southern California on August 18, 2022, with the intent to target Quando Rondo. The filing further claims that Wilson promised these individuals a $1 million payout on Durk's behalf in exchange for carrying out the crime. The documents also allege that co-conspirators were rewarded in other ways, pointing out that Durk later featured several of the alleged participants in his music videos and lyrics in the months after the incident. Prosecutors specifically cited the song "Block is Hot," claiming it was created as a form of reward. Even more concerning for Durk's defense, prosecutors say they have multiple cooperating witnesses prepared to testify that Durk was the main organizer behind the alleged actions. This has reportedly raised serious concerns within his team, as they believe the federal case may include too many witnesses willing to cooperate. Meanwhile, Durk has reportedly undergone visible changes while incarcerated. Observers at a recent hearing noted that he appeared noticeably thinner and had cut off his dreadlocks. The court also released a list of updates stating that the judge denied his motion to disqualify and his motion to dismiss for vagueness, while motions for a bill of particulars and to dismiss count 4 were taken under advisement. A legal analyst following the case later explained that these rulings could have significant implications for Durk moving forward.
Criminal lawyer, and I just learned that the rap artist Lil Durk just had his motion to dismiss his for hire case denied. To be honest, I'm not that surprised. Let me tell you guys something. There's only two ways that Lil Durk is rocking out of that federal courtroom on 2 feet. A jury of 12 people says that he is not guilty, or President Trump pardons him. There's no other way that Durk is walking out of that court free. That judge is not going to be dismissing any key evidence. He's not going to be dismissing any motions. He's not going to do anything that significantly helps Lil Durk walk out of that courtroom without having a trial. Now, how and why am I so sure of this? Well, here's the first thing I want to tell you. Most federal judges used to be federal prosecutors, exact prosecutors that are prosecuting Durk. A lot of judges used to stand in that very position. Federal prosecutors can be very biased people, and very rarely, once they put on that black robe and become a judge, do they get rid of those biases, okay? That judge very likely probably thinks that Durk is guilty. He just can't be the one they actually...
He explained that there's virtually no way for Durk to get the case dismissed outright without first going to trial and proving his innocence. That statement immediately set the internet off, with creators everywhere reacting and giving their takes on what Durk is really facing as his trial moves forward.
Bro, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. So this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction? What type of police
has been alleged to have ordered them.
This
free smirk though.
Free smirk. But also maybe
police platform. There's some police.
To sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that.
Well,
despite the judge denying multiple motions, Durk's legal team made yet another push for bond. This time, it had Durk's father feeling confident that a release was finally coming. According to him, the way things were presented made it seem like Durk would be granted bond. With this being their third attempt, his lawyers reportedly put together a strong proposal, hoping to make an offer the judge couldn't easily turn down.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence and, he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. And we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
This all comes after a snitch allegedly leaked information from an F group chat, which then made its way into reports coming out of the courtroom. Federal prosecutors are now accusing Durk of ordering hits on O Block members because they allegedly didn't retaliate after King Von's passing. According to prosecutors, they plan to introduce testimony from a cooperating witness who claims Durk personally gave those orders. The court files also state that Durk had ongoing tension with members of O Block, believing they failed to respond the way he expected after Von's death. With these allegations coming to light, the situation has sparked heavy discussion online, with both academics and WAC 100 weighing in on the role of snitches and what this could mean for Durk's case.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
No, you missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's co-conspiracy too.
I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of them is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they get.
What makes this even more interesting is that one of the key cooperating witnesses for the prosecution has reportedly been caught lying, which seriously damages his credibility. According to new court documents, this witness has changed his story multiple times. At first, he claimed there was no bounty involved at all, but now he's saying the exact opposite, that a bounty did exist. That kind of flip-flopping has people believing it could open the door for Durk to be found not guilty. Some sources initially thought D was playing games with the feds, but that doesn't really add up, especially since he's been actively trying to distance himself from the case altogether.
That's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Didi to hire. Didi's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hiring nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
Because of this, reports say prosecutors are planning to introduce several new pages of evidence against Durk, but doing so could delay the trial even further, something that might actually open the door for a possible bond release. However, the feds were ready with the move that could completely shut that down. Federal prosecutors revealed they believe Durk was also connected to an earlier attempt on Quando Rondo back in 2021 at a gas station in Georgia. According to the evidence files, there's alleged surveillance footage and witness testimony tying him to that first attempt. Prosecutors also pointed to Durk's lyrics, including a line where he raps, "They on my page like slight for Von, I know they trolling me," and noted that after the hit on Quando's crew, Durk later said on a podcast, "For some reason, I just don't see them comments no more." What really caught the feds' attention is that they claim to have found lyrics that directly line up with reactions to the attack, suggesting his music references events tied to the incident.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sun.
Durk's legal team continues to insist that the charges against him are baseless. In a recent statement, his attorney, Drew Finling, addressed the case and provided further insight into their defense strategy. If you want, I can also make 2 to 3 alternative versions that are punchier for articles or social media. Do you want me to do that?
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? it named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
The case against Durk could become even harder to defend with the addition of a new snitch. The feds reportedly got Vonnie to cooperate, and people noticed his file was updated to show he was no longer in custody, indicating he was either on house arrest or fully released. To confirm Vonnie's cooperation, a friend leaked a text he sent discussing his plea deal options. "I'm trying to plea out to a 32, which is the base for M for hire. The max is 43, which is life. I'd get -2 points for a plea, -1 point for an early plea, and -2 points for no background. I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. I can't go to trial. Don't want them to do me like the other guys." In the message, he alluded to what might have happened to Jam, who hasn't been heard from since cooperating. Adding another twist, Vonnie's father later revealed that his son was involved in more crimes, including allegedly taking part in the death of King Von, and that Durk may have been aware of it.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door, and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, "Is it open?" Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, "Was it open?" This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, "Was it open?" He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before.
Academics then questioned Vonnie's father about why Durk would want to backdoor King Von, a claim that makes more sense knowing Durk and Von were involved in a criminal case together. Interestingly, just a few months after Von's death, the charges were dropped, leaving Durk free. With Von gone, it essentially became a get-out-of-jail-free situation for Durk.
Why would Durk want Von?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. He was signing the boys. He was Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was
Man, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender."
A tweet recently went viral questioning why Durk seemed to go on Instagram Live whenever someone connected to him passed away. He was live during the deaths of King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck. This led many fans to speculate that Durk used Instagram Live as an alibi, so if the feds ever questioned him, he could claim he was online the whole time. However, Vonnie's father added more fuel to the fire, alleging that his son had orchestrated the deaths of King Von and Lil Pab.
No, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches of paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages messages. Like that's
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
Cause that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text message was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to, and this, that, that. And with me saying Vaughn, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Vaughn?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Vaughn name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Vaughn. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil you orchestrated this. And guess who you were?
Another snitch has now been introduced in the case, Dee Dee's younger brother, Ted. The news shocked many in the rap community, with fans reacting, "Please tell me this isn't real." Reports indicate that new body cam footage shows Ted begging to cooperate with the feds against Durk and his associates, which has significantly impacted the case. In response, Durk's lawyer filed paperwork requesting more time on their bond proposal. Questions immediately arose about what Ted may have revealed, since D, Durk's main enforcer, is his brother, meaning Ted likely has knowledge of street activities connected to the case. The wildest part? Ted wasn't even originally involved. He was arrested on a separate charge and is now leveraging his insider knowledge to try to reduce his own sentence.
Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
He was brought to the police station, and before even stepping inside, he was already offering to snitch on everyone he knew who had committed crimes. Seriously.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I tell you about the murder, I swear to God, I tell you about the murder, my son, I tell you about everything, I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
He was put into a holding cell where he waited until an officer came to speak with him. It was obvious he was ready to spill anything if it meant securing his release.